Madam Speaker, the President of the United States.
Multiple continents.
You guys know what this represents?
All the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs, you
Hey, welcome to PPN. So happy to have everyone, and I hope you're able to tune in to the show with Juan just a few minutes ago. It was awfully good, and he had a lot of good stuff to say. I really enjoy when I get to have him on. It's kind of like a privilege. I believe in the information that I've been saying for years now, and it feels really good to be able to say, I'm just going to stick with everything I've said. I've gotten you very comfortable with it. I don't have to, I'm not second guessing myself. There's a few things that are exactly like what I thought would come out, and a few things that are extremely different. And that's just the way this goes, because no one single person has been read into most of the stuff that's going on. There's a few that are being read in now to what, they can say this, they can't say that. And that's the way this is going to continue to go. So chill, let it come to you. Don't be excited, because right now, all we're doing, we're on these shows that you watch on podcasts and everything, we're all discussing the current political climate. We characterize this as a global crisis. I focus and like to focus on a lot of things, but mainly stolen elections, which will necessitate there being a military-led, at first, a pause, orchestrated by Trump, who is orchestrating this entire thing. And praise the Lord for Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump. I don't bow to him, but I am very happy with what he's doing. I don't necessarily understand everything, and I have questions. Great for me to get to question things. But I'm there. I'm with him. I'm on the team. I want to be on the team. I don't want to let this time pass me by and just say, I got it wrong, or dadgum, I didn't do enough. It is a global crisis. That's not just the United States. This was orchestrated. This was an orchestrated takedown of the United States and just handing it over on a silver platter to China. There's been plans for this for a long time. Barry MC. No, I do not believe there will be midterms. I believe that there will be a pause somewhere starting. It could start anywhere between starting after the Storm Summit up until right before when the elections are supposed to happen. It just has to happen before. So that's what's going on, in my opinion. And it will be a military-led pause. There are certain things going on that actually took place during COVID that made it to where because there's no doubt that COVID was used itself to mess with elections. And then pretty much used as a weapon of mass destruction. It's a WMD all in itself. And it was used against America. It was used against America. Trying to read that, I'm sorry. Used against America to take us down. There's no getting around that. Now, where are we now? Well, we're still in the exposure phase of this thing. If you can tell, this thing goes in phases. And these phases started, a long time ago. They were very long phases, year-long phases, But then when Trump got back in, and just a little bit before, things started changing. Things started changing a lot. So, wow. And now here we are. And I hope that you're comfortable with the information that you're gathering from here or any other place that you gather information from. The biggest thing is being okay in your heart and being involved at your level. And the way that you're involved is your business, your decision. What somebody else is doing doesn't mean a hill of beans to what you decide is your job. Nobody's keeping up. Nobody's cooler than somebody else. I will say, do it for you. Do it for your children. Do it for the next generation. That's what's going on. You know, there is. I want everybody to know that there is sufficient evidence. We have all of the evidence. There's not a problem with evidence. Okay, we've got it from all kinds of people. It all adds up. It all, in my opinion, has been sent up the chain to where it has gotten to where it's supposed to be, with a lot of help from a lot of people going in different directions, going towards Trump to get him information in different directions. I know I've said many times that the coalition has, we've got about 11 now that are either in the administration or what I would call being called up, you know, being called up like it was the B team or the, you know, C team. And all of a sudden they're doing good. Their information is right. It's good. They're hustling. They're on the right track, and they get called up. Well, they're getting called up to the A team, and that's what we want. You know, right now, this current phase we're in is 40 days of shock and awe. And that is where Trump started this phase with his information a couple of Thursdays ago. Maybe it's Thursday. I don't know when it was, but I know that we got the information that it was going to happen about the Wednesday or Thursday the week before. And we started saying, okay, here it comes. Here it comes. There's fixing to be something good. And actually, that started on Monday with new information coming out, new information that we knew, but coming out in different ways, you know, like it was a big bam, you know, like here it comes, here it comes. You know, action is happening, action. And what we're looking for is broad public support. We need support. You know, money's always good, but we need people in the game. That's because any action that we can get lessens the risk of a civil war and keeps it within civil unrest and less. All right. We do not want to even risk a true, honest to God civil war. Now, is it going to look like civil war in certain areas? It might. It very well might look like it. But right now, we're on the right track. We're in good shape. It might not sound like it with, you know, certain people saying this and that, but we are in good shape. We're in real good shape for the shape we're in. But what I'm saying is, we know what's going on. The plan is working. And we have good leaders. Issues are going to come up. Issues are going to happen. We're going to have to zig when we thought we would zag. We're going to have to go left when we thought we'd go right. Those things happen. The offense does one thing, the defense does something to counteract that. We, for a long time, it seemed like we were on defense. Now we are moving into an offensive pattern, and now it's time for us to put a weapon of mass destruction on these people. And the way you do that is by following the Lord and bring prayer into this fight and be warriors of God. Don't listen to the bull. We are okay. We are good. And I'm sticking with that. Juan on the show mentioned a big red button concept. You know, he was talking about it in the number of people that were committed in revolutionary wars and civil wars and things. And this is kind of mirroring that. And we have the people. We have good, God-fearing people in this fight, ready to battle, and they are doing it behind the scenes. Now, being in the coalition, we get to hear about that. Maybe a little more than some, maybe about the same as others. It doesn't matter, it doesn't mean you're cool if you get information first or last. It's that you get good information. And the good information is that we are going to come to a full reset that restarts the system back to its constitutional foundation. That's where we are going. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what's happening. That's how it's going to be. It just is what it is. Either get on board or get out of the freaking way. We have a summit coming up. Now, a lot of people have heard about the summit. Some people were at it. Some people watched it. But this time, we are going to have unrevealed information coming out about 9/11. We are going to get that information from people that were in on it and have firsthand knowledge, but were actually blocked by the CIA. We're going to watch that Dark Horse movie again. It's good. It's worth seeing before it's released to the, however they do that, the general public in a movie theater or whatever. Now, we also have some big dogs coming in. Greg Stenstrom is going to be very influential, along with Tracy Halbertson. And if you ever wanted to know, Tracy's the one I call the one-woman wrecking machine, and she's a tough cookie. She does not play. They'll discuss the I think it's called prose litigation. Now, David Kinney and Mitch Vexler, friends of ours, will address the bonds and the property tax fraud. We've got Chief Sean Taylor that is going to be bringing it about Act Blue. And in fact, he just had a very, very influential and big meeting, and I was happy that he texted me about it. I'm going to stop there, but I will say that big things are happening in his life, and everyone should probably say a prayer for him and a few others. Kurt Weldon will be there, and he will be bringing out Able Danger. That's going to be some big stuff. Now, Schaefer is going to be there, and he's going to bring out some major, major stuff. We're going to be unveiling the checkmate move that is coming, that has been orchestrated against the cabal. We will be talking about the checkmate move that will be coming out against the cabal. Along with, on the 12th, is Mark Cook Day, where it will be all about elections. And I hope that people sign up to show this in your own coalitions, wherever that may be. Get organized. If you cannot get the website to work or figure out how to do that, please get in touch with me and I will help you. We will be talking about that day of the stolen elections, the phenomenon that happened that affected 71 countries plus us, and how the fix was in and how the fix is in now. The fix has already happened in the midterms. All right. That means that we cannot make or have an honest election as it sits now. If everything from this point goes exactly how it is supposed to, 100%, no cheating or anything, we still would not have a free and fair elections. The primaries are already funky McNasty. That makes an honest election unachievable. It cannot happen. That means that the path forward is a military-led pause of the elections. This will be orchestrated. It's already in the works. Trump is now acting as commander-in-chief under the authorities of the national security emergency. this state of emergency. It was originally, this is what I was talking about, is originally done, declared for COVID. It now remains in effect. It is already in place. I've told everybody, hey, you know, watch this, the Save America Act. Don't watch it. Watch this Clarity Act. Don't watch it. It does not, in my opinion, it does not matter. We have everything we need. We have the evidence. We have the power. It is all in place and ready to go. We have our own weapon of mass destruction, kind of like that red button. That red button, in my opinion, would be pushed after the Storm Summit up until right before the election is supposed to happen. All right. During that time, what we're doing is we're bringing out more information, answering questions, letting everybody know where we stand, getting support for the movement, raising our frequencies, getting up on the right side of the freaking bed and acting right for our ascension, for our being more Christ-like. All right. This is what's happening. We are committed to this plan. I am committed to this plan. I hope you are. We will be pushing a red button. You will hear about it. You'll be like, what's that red button doing? I thought one was already pushed with Elon, maybe, or Patrick Byrne. Yes, we got all kind of red buttons. We got all the red buttons. They can take their red buttons and stick them where the sun don't shine, rain on them. Now you're going to start seeing entertainers begging. The way they're going to be begging is coming out and telling on people. They're going to be worried. They're already running scared. They're lawyering up. They're getting divorces thinking they can save their freaking money. You got people like Bill Mayer, whatever his name is, talking about very concerned about infestation from socialists. In my opinion, they skipped over socialists, went right to communist, and we're not having it. That's what we're doing. We're saving the republic. We are saving this. It's a pretty big gig, a pretty big freaking ordeal. It's not for the faint of heart. It is for people that understand and are ready to be involved. We want the divide. They've always wanted the Republicans, the conservatives divided. Fight this one, fight that one. Men fight women, black versus white. They need all that. Now we're turning it on them. We want them to fight. We do that by bringing the information so the nasty, McStinky, and McFunky fools start telling on each other, start turning on each other. And they're Satan lovers. They love Lucifer, so they'll turn on people in a freaking minute. They're already doing it. They're already doing it. They're going to turn on their friends in the Supreme Court. They're going to turn on their judge friends. They're going to cousins, freaking brothers, whatever the heck they are. Their family, their bloodline. That's what they're going to do. And they're already achieving nastiness amongst themselves. And they are freaking crazy. Isn't it cool that Trump is, I don't know, putting out these, I guess you call it a Q type or associated posts I remember the first time that happened. It made me, I lit up. I was like, I knew that. I knew it was right. I knew we were on the right track. I knew it. Now he's talking about the plan, and you got other people talking about the plan. And yes, Shift, we got comms coming in from everywhere. You know why? Because we're on the right track, and we know where to look, and we know who to listen to, and we know who not to listen to. There are parallel investigations going on constantly, preparing indictments for treason, for espionage, big amounts of cash being moved all over the place. These freaking people are running for the hills. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. And we're just staying steady. We're just chilling, staying steady, getting our information out, working on ourselves, acting right, getting up on the right side of the bed, figuring out what makes us happy, figuring out what makes us smile, figuring out what might make somebody else smile. Take that into account too. Keep your people up. Don't go in places bugging everybody about how bad your butt hurts. Sometimes you need to. Sometimes you need to take and say, hey, I need somebody to talk to. This day sucks. And I'm not only having issues, I'm having problems. And you know what? If that happens, it happens to everybody. Just watch out, please, about bringing your coalition down. Keep your coalition up. Be big enough that you can chill out. Now, somebody coming in and saying, hey, y'all, I got this going on. I got that going on. I need prayers. That's not complaining. That is not complaining. That's what it needs to happen. That's what we're there for. You're not complaining if you're telling somebody about how crazy your day or week or month is and asking for prayers. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, don't be that person that goes in every day and the first thing you say is, everything sucks, blah, 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 you know. Try not to do that. Try not to do that. It will, first off, be in a positive mood, have your frequency up, and you won't have to do that all again. Bad things happen to good people. It's not fair. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Life ain't fair, and freedom ain't freaking free. It just ain't. We need to be involved. Would someone please practice counting votes? Go to handcountroadshow.org and practice, and then send me a freaking video of it, please. A lot of information is still getting to Trump. A lot of information. Tulsi Gabbard's bringing it. All the people at the summit are bringing it. It is coming. And you've already got it. You all, people watching this show, you've got doctorates in this stuff. You are the leaders of this thing. You might not be as involved on the outside or doing some crazy pod necking that probably nobody wants to do in the first place, but you have the information. You are comfortable with your information, hopefully. You're not bowing to anyone. You are gathering information and you are joining in the fight for our later generations, for our children, for our mamas and daddies, for people that have already gone on, and for people that are just freaking being born. You're fighting for everybody. And I'm personally going to hold myself accountable for that. That's what I'm going to do. Everybody gets to do as they please, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to freaking be involved. I'm going to get on people's freaking nerves. And I'm not a debater. I don't freaking care about debating anybody. I'm cool with firing people on Facebook sometimes. You know, I'll fire somebody in a minute and it makes me smile. And I probably shouldn't do that, but you know, I'm going to hold on to something. But in the near future, there's going to be a time when we're going to meet that threshold, and we're going to go over that threshold, and I'm ready for that time. And we get to go on to bigger and better things that are coming in our life. We're going to get to do wonderful things for people. We will receive abundance. The glory of this all goes to God. There's no one person out here that's doing everything. There's a lot of people that are doing really good. I mean, great. And I'm proud of them, and I want to tell people, but we are doing this, and God gets the glory. That's all there is to it. The United States was in trouble. We were in trouble. There's still trouble out there. People will still tell you, man, this is freaking crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's the craziest time in the history of the universe. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't here the other times. But tell me if you think this is crazy. A freaking bloodline. It's when fiction is not quite as crazy as reality, there's a problem. You can't even make this movie up. People say it all the time, you can't even make this up. That's about stuff happening that we know is going to happen. But you can't make it up that a freaking family has all this plan for years and years and years to try to take down the country that you live in and make you slaves. I mean, what's the freaking deal? That's freaking nuts. I don't even do that. I ain't got time for all that. I'm going to just fight that. I don't know what it is, but I still can't see my mouse when I'm moving it around. So I don't know what's going on. That's the crazy thing. My computer needs a whooping. I'm going to throw it out in the driveway Friday. Fraudulent everything. These people are fraudulent. We're catching them being fraudulent. They have stolen your money, your livelihood. If you're having issues, they planned for you to have issues. They get up in the morning wanting you to have issues, wanting you to have a bad day. The trick to beating it is don't have a bad day. Go on about your business, rock and roll, be a good citizen, love the Lord, and I don't know, be good to other folks. There's a big effort going on out there. There's a big effort by good people, like people watching this show, people watching other shows, studying about what's going on, people involved. And there's good people in our political land, and good judges and good police and good everything. And then there's bad ones. And there's a lot of them compared to the population of people, paying attention to anything. Probably the percentages, they're doing pretty good. They got some nasty folks. I'm not talking about just Democrats. I'm talking about all kind of folks. It's not just Democrats. The freaking Republicans, rhinos, have been crazier than the freaking Democrats. They're all freaking crazy. These people at America First and the America Project, TAP, man, they need us to support them. I'm telling you, the Unicrooks party, they ain't worth freaking nothing. They are funky, stanky fools. But some of the biggest and worst are the SES and SIGI, and we have done a really good job of taking them out, starting right when Trump walked into the office, where you could see him. He's been in there the whole time. He's been in there the whole time. What's going to happen in 2028? I don't know. It might be his second term. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All of this is going to come in time. Questions will be answered for me, for you, for everyone. There's no one out here telling us anything that knows it all, but there are some people to follow that are giving us the right information and laying that path out for us to follow the best we can. And luckily, you get to listen to who you want to. After the investigations and all the crazy things that are going on, the grand juries, this is all going to end up in a Gitmo operation. Gitmo, Diego Garcia, Guam, freaking some freaking military bases. All right. It'll be handled in a military style operation. It has to be like that because it's going to be a military. The freaking United States was freaking taken over. It's a military action. We're at war. It won't necessarily be all kind of like Article 3 courts. There will be some of that. But when you talk about the charges that we anticipate of freaking treason and espionage and murder and freaking cray-cray, I mean, who would have ever thought that our drug dealers, when you go far enough up that ladder, people think that's who you elected. They're the freaking drug dealers and a lot of the doctors. Some money hungry, stinky people out there, and it is what it is. And then their little warriors are the freaking FBI and CIA and DEA and freaking all these fools, man. All these fools. Now, there's good ones in there too. And we know who they are. Imagine, if you ever listen to Juan and you hear the word where he says, the kids, the kids in this group, the kids in that group, NORAD, the kids in NORAD fighting the kids in freaking the SES. That's kind of a trip, He's saying it because he knows what he's talking about. And if you've kept up with him, you know that he has called himself a kid before. Maybe back there when we destabilized the Soviet Union, like what they're trying to do to us. He was a kid back then, and then before. I wonder how many people, him and others that you're listening to, that you're talking to, that are more experienced, that have a little more age on them, have trained those people going into the FBI or becoming contractors or going into the CIA. I wonder how many of those people that are the kids, as they call them, I wonder how many of those have come in contact day in and day out with the people you're listening to that were CIA, FBI, contractors, tier 1 operators. They're all over the place. They are everywhere. And it's freaking crazy. There are investigations going on out the yin-yang, and all kinds of whistleblowers are coming through. Now, any whistleblowers that come through, gladly wanted and needed and everything. Well, I'd say needed, but we got it all. I'm telling you, we have got it all. It's all, indictments are already in the process of being whatever they have to do to get indictments. That's started. It's just, when will they come out? These people are working 10, 15, 20-hour days getting these indictments out. The big thing has been that certain agencies like Department of Justice, it's been hard to find out who's good and who's bad, and you got to try them to let them tell themselves, because some of them have been laying back, waiting for their time when they're told, vote like this, do like this, get in the way of that. And they have to show their cards. Well, they're having to show their cards. Once they show their cards, boom, that's it. We know who they are. But that's, in my opinion, having to happen. But big progress is being made. Big progress even within the last 30 days, in my opinion. You know, I was talking about Juan and talking about taking down the Soviet Union. You know, that's what they're trying to do to us is what we did to the Soviet Union. You know, we've heard about all those pallets of cash, 34 pallets, something. I can't remember exactly, but with maybe $100 million on each one of them. I can't remember the number exactly, but a lot. And they were going to use that and introduce that in the black markets to just go inflation, boom, hyperinflation, boom, everybody's freaking bankrupt. Had it all in play, had it all ready. And we foiled the crime. You know why? Because there are people out there that knew how to do it. They knew the play. They knew what was going to happen. Hey, they're going to do this. Just the same as your job. If you've been doing it for a long time, you can see things happening. You can see how markets shift and how things happen. It's just repetition. Knowing when a problem is going to occur, that a problem is possible, and then knowing how to fix it, or knowing how to slow it down, or knowing how to freaking chill it out. That's all this is. People with experience are fighting a battle that you hear about, you can tell, but you just can't see it all the time. Bunch of spooks fighting freaking spooks, and that's crazy to say. You know, a lot of people listened to Patrick Byrne for a long time, and then everybody's like worried when they started working with the FBI and CIA and all that stuff. I mean, that's where this battle's being fought. Juan happens to call them the kids. Spy versus spy. Cray-cray versus cray-cray. And who sits at the top of a lot of that on the bad side? Brennan. He's busted. He is in trouble. Now, Patrick Byrne was the one, if everybody remembers, who was bribing for, he thought, his country, Hillary Clinton. And she took it. She took it. And $18 million. And that was just going to be so that Obama had something on her. That's what they do. They throw a line out there. If you take it, they got you. They might not use it right then, but they've got that for information to persuade you to do what they want you to do. Shift said leverage. Exactly. That's what it is. And a lot of people have been put in the middle of this thing through leverage. They weren't trying to act like an idiot. They were not trying to act like a fool. Some of them were. Some of them just eat it up, probably. That's your satanic fools. And then the ones that just kind of got in it on accident. Sorry. You gotta act right. Bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people, but bad things happen to bad people also. Brennan is said to, I think it was that he owned, what was it? He owned half of the property in Serbia that they did the stealing of elections from. But tell me, that's not a tale. What? You own part of the freaking property? You freaking idiot. Don't do it on your own land. You freaking idiot. I like that. I think that's funny. I think he's a freaking idiot. He's the smartest dumb person ever. Or the dumbest smart person ever or something. I don't know. Sounded good. Hey, Roseanne Barr and Patrick Byrne was a good one to watch. You ought to check on that if you haven't seen it. Patrick talks about different mechanisms used to steal the 2020 election, and the last minute counter operation that prevented a similar outcome to what happened in 2000. 2000. We almost had that same thing happen in 2024, but if everybody remembers that red button. And then Patrick had to kind of stay out. He had to stay out of the United States until Trump was sworn in. That's crazy. He's all in freaking Qatar and Venezuela. Got kicked out of Venezuela. They had a $25 million bounty on him and Martine and probably Gary. I don't know. All of them probably. But it's crazy. Freaking crazy watching this thing and hearing these things, man. And a little bit about it, and you just want to take more in and more in. And then, of course, I hear something. I'm running over to talk time. Let me tell you, listen to this. Listen to this. I'll go in there driving them crazy, interrupting them. But that's what I'm doing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because this group literally was in the business of the bad guys, of taking down the United States. That's what they've been working on for everything. So anything that has happened to you bad because of the economy, because of a certain law, because of anything like that, it was made for you to experience some freaking problems. And the courts are still nasty. So be careful. Be careful out there. And that's not fair. It's not fair, but it's happening to all kind of folks. And it sucks. And we're working on it. But it ain't going to happen overnight. And I know it doesn't seem like it's overnight. It seems like it's been a long time. But in the scheme of things, it hasn't. I mean, it takes a long time to take over a country. And it takes a long time to get your country back after it's been stolen. And we're talking all the way back to freaking Hugo Chavez and stuff. Back in 2004, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. It's his freaking software type stuff. Tell me that's not crazy. Crazy people. And they got it from they built it from some kind of lottery mechanism type thing. They used it in a lottery to cheat on a lottery, They use the same stuff to cheat on elections. Those elections, those machines are made to cheat, and they just their second job or third job is to count votes. So no matter what anybody says, one of the most important things right now as a whole is elections, because everything stems from elections. If there's any way you can at least learn the information, you would go to handcountroadshow.org. Come to Talk Time. There's other places you can go. People talk about this stuff all the time. That would be pertinent to the situation we're in. It'd be good to learn it. Do that. Do that. Do that. That'd be a good start if you're just coming in to understanding what's going on. Maybe start. That would be the most beneficial thing. Is to be involved. We need bodies. We need bodies in seats at committee meetings. I'm not going to. Okay, I think everybody just takes care of their children. I'm going to just assume that, and I'm assuming you go to your teacher conferences and your meetings, and you know who your kid's teacher is, and who the principal is, and who's around your children, hopefully at all times. So I'm just going to say we got that under control. But then getting to those committee meetings, and I know you might not have be good. So get with a buddy and say, hey, you go to this one and take notes, and I'll go to that one and do something like that. Might be very beneficial for the overall plan to all work, because we are part of it. We're a huge part of it. Huge, absolutely huge. And things are not going to go everybody's way. It's not going to go as fast. I hope you can tell. And if you think it's going to take a year, it probably take 2. And it's going to get on your nerves. And you're going to want to dog cuss it. And it just is what it is. But I would say go back to living your life if you're chilling too much. Be around other people. Just because, don't let the bloodlines, the cray-cray folks, slow you down from having a good time and living your life. Enjoy it. Make other people enjoy it. Figure out what makes you click and do that. Now, I'm in this crazy thing and I can't stop, and I'm not going to stop. I did get to go and run my Bobcat all weekend at a humanitarian project that I love to be there. Just because I like digging holes and moving dirt and cutting trees. That's what I like to do. And it's good. It was beneficial. It was fun to do. I hope my dream's always been to, be financially secure enough to where, I can go do what I want to do and help somebody at the same time. What's any better than that? I'd say do that. Do something that makes you tick. Do something that makes you smile. Know that good things are happening. Don't let anybody talk you into cray-cray. Now, yeah, I am. I do have water. I do have food. I am prepared as much as I can. I stay prepared. I've been doing that for 20 years. I would suggest having a month's worth of food and water. And I would say, don't buy, you can buy anything you want to, but buy something that you'll eat, that you would eat right now. Buy something like that. Don't go get some obscure thing that's just going to rot and mold and everything, Go through your groceries and drink the water that you buy for that special time. Just, you're replenishing your backup when you go to the grocery, and then adding a few other things. Buy a little bit at a time if you can. If you can't, then there will be food that other people will have that will tide you over, in my opinion. A lot of people go hungry right now. We don't want to do that. We want to continue grubbing while all this cray-cray is going on. And I still can't see my cursor. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to turn this crazy thing off when it's time. But it is what it is. Hey, I feel like I've been on here 3 hours. I kind of have. I really enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit out of tonight, the 3 hours that we had just now. Good things are happening. Great things. Stay up. Stay positive. We're okay. Everybody, do good in your coalitions. All right, do good in your coalitions. Go in there for yourself and for others, wherever you're going to. Be proud of what you do. Be accountable for what you do. Freaking act right. All that good stuff. I ain't gonna say that no more. Anyways, I usually put join.papershoot.com on here, but just listen. Join.papershoot.com. That's where we hang out. That's where you come see me in talk time. That's where state groups are. That's where just all kind of stuff happens. Our form of Facebook. By the way, silver and gold. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. I'm not a freaking advisor, but that's what I'm doing. And I think it's a good one. Thanks so much. Have a great evening, and bye. I got to figure out how to turn this off.